I had a GF I never remembered. Posted by you/stubborn mortal. I don't know if it is suitable for this sub, but still here it is. The year was 2011. I was in med school while my brother joined engineering college in same city. My brother is 3 years younger to me. One day I asked him to come to my hostel as it was his free day from college. He used to come in his free day as he missed family. We were chatting and having foods while he suddenly asked me about a girl. Convo. Bro, do you remember Nisha? Altered name for obvious reason? Me, Nisha. Who? Bro, it seems like you have forgotten her. Good for you. Me, visibly confused. Which Nisha you are talking about? Bro, still playing. Don't try so hard, brother. You know exactly about whom I am talking about. Leave it if that's still hurting you. I shouldn't have bring her up. Me, thinking that he is pulling my leg, I started to play along. Yeah, I remember. I forgot her. It was bitter. I am not in touch with her. Bro, it is not like that. You can be in touch with her anyway. Me, trying to play along. Yeah. She is probably married by now. Bro, visibly confused. Now what Nisha are you talking about? Me, exactly the Nisha you are talking about. Bro, leave it then. Me, yeah. After 30 or so minutes after lunch is over. Bro, do you really not remember her? Nisha? Me, tired of this game. Agitated. Bro, stop this game. It's not funny anymore. I am tired of this stupid game. Bro, what game? Me, I don't really know Nisha. Who is she? Bro, forget it. And he left for the day. I asked mom after a few days about Nisha. She was distraught when I asked about her. After a few months she told me that she was my GF while I was in school. She was my brother's best friend. She died in a car accident a few years back. I was dumbfounded. I don't even recall her name, face, memory. Nothing. Her memory is totally wiped out from me. I was disturbed and went back to home where mom showed me a pic where I was with a girl and my brother. I don't even remember the girl. In some cases of PTSD, selective amnesia happens. But that repressed memory can be triggered by related memory. But in this case I didn't even recall her. I was agitated because I don't remember her. Till this day I don't recall anything. According to family, we were close. I didn't try to ask her family or any other people because it seems insensitive. I saw a type of car that doesn't exist. Posted by you/dude. Who is that? Okay, so this story actually happened to me around 4 to 5 years ago. I've never told anyone about it because it seems so far-fetched, but I just discovered this sub and wanted to share my experience. So one day shortly after leaving my house I was driving alone and approaching this four-way intersection that's only 2 minutes away from my house. While technically it's considered a four-way intersection, people generally treat it like a T intersection because one side of it, the side opposite of me, only leads to our city's town hall, post office, police station, and fire station. The few times you see cars coming from there, they're usually police cars, mail trucks, fire trucks, and such. Occasionally you'll see regular cars coming from there since the library is also located in that part, and city employees leaving or arriving to work. So it's a pretty regular intersection that's been close to my house practically my whole life. As I approached the intersection to turn right, the cars opposite of me had a green light to turn left, so I had to stop while they drove past. Then I saw it. It was the most unique, different, unexplainable looking car I've ever seen. It looked like from what I can best describe as a submarine on wheels, even having circular portholes on the side. It was shaped like a long smooth and flat oval, and I even remember its color being a dull blue, turquoise. There were other regular cars driving next to it as they turned, and it shocked the hell out of me to see it. But literally, I blinked, and the entire scene in the intersection changed. The weird sub-car was gone, and even the regular cars driving behind it, in front of it, were gone too, and were all different regular cars. It happened for a split second and was over in a literal blink of an eye, but I will never forget how that car looked. It was like nothing I had ever seen, and hardly resembled any existing car models. I will never forget that split second, and at first I thought I was just imagining it, but my memory on it is still so vivid. I even remember what the weather was like and the time of day. It left an impression on me and I still don't know what I saw. She wasn't on the bus. Posted by you/heavenly. So this happened maybe around 10 years ago. I was with a friend, Laura, shopping in town, and we went to get the bus home. So we got on the bus and sat on the bottom deck right at the back. So as the bus is pulling away, I see another friend, Nicola, across the road from the bus, and she threw her hands up in the air as she obviously wanted to get on that bus but had no chance as she was across a busy road as the bus was pulling away. I waved to her from the window and she seemed like she was looking at me, but she didn't wave back, which I thought was odd. So the bus journey continued as normal. A few stops on, someone else I knew, an old friend, called Lorna, came down the stairs and spotted me at the back. She shouted hi to me and said she would ring me for a catch-up. The bus carried on as normal, and as the bus passed straight by Nicola's stop I remembered feeling bad for her that she missed the bus. Me and my friend got off at the next stop. The next day I gave Nicola a ring and asked how she was and had she seen me on the bus. She launched into a rant about how I ignored her and she couldn't believe I would do that and even called me a bitch. So I was like, right, I'm coming over, we are going to sort this out. Her version of events was that she had gotten on the bus and came up to me and my friend Laura sat at the back and sat down with us. She said she started talking to us but we just totally ignored her and acted like she wasn't there. After a few minutes she got really annoyed and went and sat upstairs. The crazy thing was she knew Lorna was upstairs on the bus and said she had ignored her as well. She even heard Lorna say she would ring me for a catch-up when she got to the bottom of the stairs. I mean, how could she know that? She most definitely wasn't on that bus. She was at the other side of a busy road when that bus pulled off, and plus I would never ever ignore her. Because she is such a good friend and has been for years, she actually believed me when I told her my version. All these years it's the one thing that's happened in my life that I've never understood. Disappearing friend. Did we jump into another dimension or an alternate timeline? Posted by u/ry124. One night my friend E, C, W and K were at the gas station. K got out of the car and went inside to go buy stuff. About 7 minutes later, E and I are sitting in the front seat and see K walk out and come right up to the car, but as soon as he's about to open the door he disappears into thin air. We had a clear view of the store entrance and everything else around us. I didn't think that he saw the same thing I did until he turned to me very confused asking, did K just come out of the store or am I crazy? And said, you're not crazy. I saw him come out too. My other two friends W and C said they weren't even paying attention. About 5 minutes after, K comes out of the store. As soon as K got into the car I asked if he had came out of the stores since he first came in and he said no and that he was in there the entire time. Usually when this sort of thing happens I'm the only one who sees it. But this time my friend confirmed what I saw too and I've been questioning reality ever since. I've got a very similar story. This happened about 6 months ago. I'm sitting in the living room of our tri-level house, and I see my roommate walk up from the basement/garage, turn the corner, and walk down the hallway to his bedroom. Huss, American Bulldog, is following him. I needed to tell my roommate something so I get up and follow Huss, who's following my roommate, down the hallway. Me and the dog get to my roommate's bedroom. I turn the corner into his room and he isn't in there and the dog is looking up at me with a confused look on his face. At this moment I turn around to go back downstairs, and here comes my roommate, walking up from the basement/garage in the same manner/fashion/whatever that I had just witnessed. Huss, the dog, starts barking at him. This is wild. Pretty much the same story you have, except you've got another human as a witness, so it's probably easier to explain/convince when you're talking about it with others. I feel 100x more certain now after reading your story, thank you. My other roommate was in the living room with me and I don't know how or why, but he didn't notice it. I will never forget this day. But I've had the exact same idea, alternate dimension/timeline. See, normally I would just assume that I'm sleep deprived and I'm just seeing SHT, but the fact that the dog even witnessed this, to this day, gives me chills and leaves me wondering what the hell happened that night. To all of you physicists out there, what is this? Do better. Kidding, smiles. I can't tell if I glitched or someone else did. Posted by u/Emerus2005. So I belong to my local Buy Nothing Facebook page. I had gone through my blankets and comforters cause I'm making myself purge. Had a queen size set that I posted. A little bit after I posted the set someone comments, asking if I'm truly giving these away. I'm like, yes, that's why I posted them on here. Person replies, great, when can I come get them? They'll fit my expedition. I'm confused at this point, but kind of ignore it and ask the person to come as soon as possible before I change my mind about giving away the comforter set. To which the person replies, I'm talking about the tires. Now I'm totally confused and replied that I didn't post any tires. This posting was for a queen comforter set. I get no further comments from this person on my post and I'm still confused. Fast forward 2ish days, my cousin asks me if I could post his old tires on one of the sites I belong to where you can give stuff away cause he wants them gone. But they still have a good tread left on them, so he doesn't want to just toss them. He owns a Ford Bronco and I know they take the same size tires as an Expedition. So who glitched? Was it me or the other person? Regardless, at least the comments the other person made make sense now. And of course I deleted the Facebook notification so I can even go back and tell that person I now have the tires they were asking about. Lost my boots. Found them months later in impossible to access place. I was going to post this as a comment but figured I may as well make a post. This was about a year or so ago now. I was living with my boyfriend and his sister, just the three of us. I had recently gotten new slipper boots, not super tall, think Uggs but softer. My boyfriend is very picky about shoes in the house. We always take them off when we come inside, so I had gotten these specifically for the house. I would never wear them outside even just to grab the mail. One night after we had finished a movie, I set them by the side of the TV stand, where I always put them. I remember this specifically because I was going to wear them the next morning since it was a weekend and I would be home. When I got up the next morning I didn't see them anywhere. Since we had gone to bed super late I figured I might have just left them somewhere else while going through my bedtime routine. I knew I had put them there. I had that itch in the back of my brain. Time goes by, the house isn't a disaster but it's not perfectly clean either. We're both working all the time and I figured they'll show up eventually. We were just watching a movie. Fast forward about 6 months later, I had pretty much forgotten about them. We're all moving out and packing up. I help BF's sister move the couch and I see something poking out of the upholstery in the bottom. Now, the couch is not a pull-out, there's just cushions on top of the fabric that's sewn into the rest of the couch. You cannot see the ground if you take the cushions off and there's no ways to access the inside of the couch, and no reason to. On the bottom of couch if you flip it over, there's that black thin fabric that's stapled all the way around the bottom, sealing it pretty much. However, it's an older couch and the fabric had dipped a little bit, only enough for maybe a small hand. I shined my flashlight inside and saw my boots. There is no way they could have gotten in there. The TV controller, even if it got crammed into the cushions, wouldn't fit through to the inside of the couch. We also have no pets that would have moved anything. Not to mention there was no hole big enough anywhere on the couch for the boots to be able to fit through. I also didn't ever wear them on the couch. I had to rip the bottom fabric in order to get them out. Nobody could figure it out, and we just moved on with life, but I still think about it sometimes. I actually got rid of those boots because it spooked me seeing them. This has happened to me before. I've always just second-guessed myself and telling myself I just remembered wrong. But there is no physical way they could have gotten inside the couch. There is also no reason whatsoever.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for more videos.